I don't think that learn words through lists. To me, the Dolch list, studying at home with very young readers, is one of the most dismaying practices I can think about. The Dolch words were intentionally selected not to have um, any nouns, and they were all glue words. Most of them are very, very abstract. I mean, trying to find a word like the or of or from, a lot of those words are variant vowels. Now, I have the list of 4,000 common word families on my website, but I'm just begging people not to make me the next generation's Dolch. Like, don't send the Hebert list home, and then suddenly that's how I have my claim, my 15 minutes of fame because I have this word list. It's not intended for that. It's intended for teachers to have familiarity with. I mean, some of those words on the most 4,000 words are frequent because they do such heavy lifting. A word like force has multiple meanings, and some of them were quite specific and precise in science. So I'm not a wordless person. I mean, I provide those for teachers for professional development and thinking, so you can look at text to see, you know, is this an appropriate text? But it's not for kids to be learned. Kids need to read stuff. The word the isn't interesting in a list. But when you read a story about, um, the legend of a legend or John Henry, a tall tale, words make sense there. And I'm just saying, I think we really need to revisit as American teachers, my ideas of those vases. How many pennies, how many words are you putting into the data bank every year? Because that data bank with the quarters, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, thank you, Freddie.
I think I actually made the point. Let me go back to a slide if I could. Am I still on? Is it still visible?
Yes, we can still see your screen. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I made the point here that, so, I mean, there is some research that indicates even 7 additional minutes. I'm not saying like have kids read 6 hours a day at school. And by the way, I often hear, but they need to read more at home. I agree with that. And the first product that we had at Text Project was a set of texts. They're still available for free for summer reading to support kids who are not very proficient with this curriculum that I've talked about, these 4,000 words. But we've found that there's research that indicates even an additional 7 minutes a day can make a huge difference. So I'm just showing here that, the first stack of quarters are the kids who read 7 minutes a day, the next stack about 11 minutes a day at school, then 15 minutes, and then 22 minutes. I think it's a good game, kind of a good go. And you don't have to do it all at once, but you can steadily build that up. I mean, I'd rather have this staircase of amount of reading, rather than the staircase of text complexity based on readability formulas. I think we really have to think about how much our students are reading.